Hi, welcome back to Watch Journey. My name is Alvin. So here we are in Hong Kong, where AP has held a 50th anniversary Royal Oak exhibition. Just a very small exhibition for about 9 or 10 days. So I signed up online, and here I am to just show you what I saw and then film a little bit so that you could, for those of you who are not in Hong Kong due to travel restrictions, you're able to see what really went on. So here I am with my Met editions, friends in the tribe. This is not easy to get, and I'm glad to have bought this off someone who was a very willing seller, and I thought this was the perfect piece to put on to view the AP exhibition. So as you can see, they brought us into this little tunnel where there were LCD screens telling us the history of AP and how the Royal Oak came to be in 1972.
Audemars Piguet, in the beginning of the 1970s, was a very small company, specialized in extra thin watches and also in complications.
The watchmaking industry in Switzerland was pretty much going to die.
Quartz watches were much cheaper, much more accurate. Mechanical watch became obsolete.
Georges Gollet was employed at Audemars Piguet since 1945. He was able to go from accountant to be named CEO in 1966. What we didn't expect was that our partner reached out to us and asked us to do a special watch, a luxury sports watch. Georges Gollet understood the request. He knew who to call. Gerard Giunta was an Italian designer that worked closely with AP for a decade. I still remember the man putting this brass helmet that they would screw with bolts, and that would secure his life. Bolts and screws that would contain the movement and secure it. And then suddenly everything came together, one idea bringing the other. Around the shape that we cut the angles to become an octagon. A blue dial that would contrast the steel with a pattern that he's just witnessed a few moments before. As Gerard Giunta said himself, it was like a magical moment of pure creation. Something that just happens once. They didn't know exactly how to work in steel, because it's a different type of material with a different hardness. When the watch was launched in 1972 at the Basel Fair, it made a lot of noise.
It was in steel, but it was the price of gold. The watch was sport, but it was made by hand. It was so different, so exceptional.
Gold was precious, platinum was precious, and then we came with stainless steel. Straps were in the trend at that time, and we launched a bracelet. And the shape was so different. And from one second to the other, the watch started to take off.
Everything started with a surprise in 1976. The second version is for late. Then came the gold, the complications, the gem setting.
Exhibition sort of reminded me a little bit of the Grand Exhibition on Patek Philippe in 2019 that was held in Singapore and in Marina Bay Sands, but this was done at a much smaller scale. I mean, it's just the AP Royal Oak, which has about 50 years of history, and to me AP is more than just the Royal Oak, but unfortunately the Royal Oak has become somewhat synonymous with AP. So to me these days it's a pity that we're just seeing the AP Royal Oaks. Not that it's a bad thing, but I feel that it sort of lets down the long history that AP has before 1972 and the Royal Oak Offshore that came in the 80s. So I think, to me, I love this exhibition in the end because it's the 50th anniversary. There's so many pieces to look at, different dark colors, different years, going back to the A series of the 5402 and looking at the 50th anniversary pieces in 37mm, 39mm, which I will leave you to watch as shown on the screen here, and the beautiful RD2. But I think somehow I get the sense that AP's sort of shortchanging themselves a little bit, and I think this exhibition was done on a really small scale, and I understand that, and I do appreciate that it's sort of their flagship and they just solely focus on this. But I just couldn't help but think back to the Patek Philippe exhibition where they really showed us so many pieces from the Patek Philippe Museum in Geneva, where they brought it over to Singapore in the Marina Bay Sands, and the Nautilus and the Aquanaut were just a subset of the entire smorgasbord of Patek Philippe watches and clocks that were shown. So in this space, in this AP exhibition, the space that it occupied, I felt that it was quite alright, sizable space, but overall the entire experience was maybe 30 to 45 minutes long, whereas it took me 2.5 to 3 hours to get done with the Patek Philippe exhibition in 2019 in Singapore, and I really enjoyed that one. And I thought, just in terms of the scale, it's just massively different. Well, this was strictly just a Royal Oak showcase for the past 50 years. For better or for worse, it's just something that they decided to focus on. And while it is great to have this exhibition to look at AP Royal Oaks, I somehow find that it's alright, it's pretty good, but I think not fully representative of AP as a brand. It's more like the Royal Oak. So I'll leave you guys to it. What do you think? Feel free to comment in the section below. Is the Royal Oak bigger than AP itself? Has it overshone the brand a bit? Or do you think AP should have done a full exhibition, maybe 2 to 3 times the scale, but look at more of their pieces overall? Thank you all for watching. This has been Alvin. Please like, share and subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget to keep watching Jelly. Peace out, guys.